Hey guys, modded MC guy here. Today we are going to look at Project Red. Just a thing. Yeah, I'm totally down for. Today we are gonna look at Project Red Minecraft mod, which is supposed to be a substitute for RedPower mod, which is not maintained anymore for the newest versions of Minecraft. And in particular, we are going to look at IC gates or integrated circuits gates. So today I'm going to make a 16-bit memory chip. If you just want to look at the result or how it works, click anywhere in the video. If you have annotations turned on, if the annotation doesn't appear or does just pause and play video, try to turn off and on annotations. I found it sometimes helps. If not, then let's get at it, shall we? So first of all, we'll present it with IC Workbench UI. Here is little exclamation mark sign saying blueprint is empty, redraw it. Now we click this button, redraw. I'm gonna set the biggest grid we can, because I don't need to save space, and no, the space doesn't matter really here. Now let's name it a 16-bit memory. Stopped. Okay, so we're presented with this drawn interface. The edges are I/O places where you can place I/Os. The corners you can't place anything there. But let's start with plotting I/Os. Okay, so first I/O, first bundled I/O. I'm gonna do it here too because I already know how to do it. If you really want to do good ICs, I encourage you to watch few IC tutorials, but don't watch the IC tutorials that will show you how to make what you want to make, because I figured out this totally by myself, only just experimenting with the space, and then I made it smaller and smaller until I made it this way. Still not saving much space, but yeah. So I'm gonna place two NOR gates and OR gates. I'm gonna configure them to ignore the one side just by triple clicking configure, and then I'm gonna take white cable and connect them up. This one is, by the way, double rotated, so the output is facing down, and this one's output is facing up. Now you connect the outputs to one of the active inputs. Now this is basically 1 bit of memory. We're gonna repeat that for each bit of memory. I forgot to make this an output. So this is gonna be the next bit of memory. I like to color each wire. You see I used white insulated wire here for this. I use orange insulated wire this time for this. As you can see, those two connect, so I configure this one to ignore this input. Yeah, and double rotate, and this one to ignore this input. And now I'm gonna take the orange insulated wire. You see now those don't connect each other because this one is ignoring that output. And how do I, because those are the set inputs, how do I make that the wire does not cross it? Well, what I choose to do is I take a cell, I look at cells and use the null cell, not any other cell, the null cell. I use it. Click that and you see it just crosses over, no problem. and then I create new bundled IO, set it as output. That's the step I forgot in that previous IO, and set its frequency to be orange. Now I repeat that until I have all 16 cells finished, and we can continue wiring up everything. So I won't skip it, I will just speed it up so you'll have it. What I'll do like in, I don't know, 20 minutes and 2 minutes, possibly. I don't know.
Shouldn't you be out delivering presents?
Oh, shut up, little elf. Santa's getting funky.
Okay, I'll stop right there. As you can see, I kind of messed up the coloring here with the black black insulated wire and the red insulated wire being switched at the ends, which doesn't really matter in this case because what here does matter. Even if I would be alternating, for example, white and orange color, what matters here is that they don't connect in between rows. The colors don't matter. As I said, what matters here is that they don't connect between rows. Why I made the other ones the same color, it's just kind of for debugging purposes. If you see something, if you see one, I don't know, white, or sorry, white. Okay, if you see red cis being on full signal, like for example here, you know, it should be on here or anything really. Just the fact that those two are switched doesn't really matter, and I didn't want to be rebuilding the null cells, and yeah, so that's why I ignored it and just went with it. You actually probably saw here that this happened. it connected, so I stopped there, went for eraser, and did a black so it doesn't connect. But that's only the single problem that could happen with it. Now what we are going to do, now that we have outputs done and reset inputs done, we are going to do write inputs. And we're going to do that on this side. Now that's again through a bunch of bundled IOs. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, yeah, it is. So we have perfectly 16. And again, yeah, this one is fine. And I have to go switching each individual IO bundled IO part to its corresponding color. Not too far, but so I can detect which color was used as input. So yeah, this is the most tedious task in every IC design you make in this mod. If you work on analog, you are going to have similar tediousness. If you are working on digital I/O and are working like a serial, because this is like creating parallel bus. I'm literally creating parallel. If I had serial to parallel converter somewhere inside here, I wouldn't have to do that. I could have on output just 2, actually just 1, on input just 1, and yeah, that would just work. On input just 1, digital simple or simple I/O, and some kind of serial to parallel converter so I can write to these cells correctly. Okay, so now that this is done, I'm gonna place again each corresponding wire to, no, screwed up at the start, oh my god, to each insulated wire to its corresponding input, again for better debugging purposes. Actually, you are going to see in a while that I really do use the insulated wire colors just to keep them insulated from one another inside bundled cables, etc, etc. So now I'm gonna pull it out to here, and yeah, I'm just gonna wait this long line here, which will terminate over here. Now this one, I'll keep it black, and now we can start going from back. Red, green, brown, blue, purple, cyan, gray, light gray, dark gray, sorry, pink, lime, yellow, blue, good, magenta, orange. And then I'm gonna take a white wire and connect these. So now we have this done. Oh, forgot this one. Now that we have the IC done, there is a lot of unused space. I agree with that. I'm gonna go further. We can print it. You can close it and go ahead and print it. Now I'm gonna take a creative mode IC chip. I should actually turn on. Music. So now I take creative mode IC chip. It prints pretty quickly to it. Now right click the creative mode IC chip in hand. I have IC gate. You see the name of the IC chip inside the gate is displayed 16-bit memory. Good, I can delete this. Now if I get myself a bundlet cable, I can actually make it show numbers on 7 segment display. Well, 8 segment display really. 7 segment display gate, screwdriver. I like the dots being at the bottom, not the top, so I just rotate it. And then I'm gonna do bus input panel and yeah, that's all. There is a something called bus converter. It's a analog to bus converter with something permanently on. I will just open up. Now this is something I'm interested at. Oh. Nope. We don't have bus converter basically, which is good and bad. Good because, well, actually it would be impossible anyway. So, what am I going to do now? I don't have that chip. We will make that chip in other video, but we could use something I don't know if I call it correctly, but I call it bus interrupt or bus interrupter if you want to do something with it. We're just gonna like replace and like destroy and place the bundlet cable. Now I'm gonna place this lever. This lever, what it will really do is that it will reset the bus input panel. So we have letter 4 displayed. If I get rid of the source signal in any way, it will stay there because that's just how memory works. Now this, as I said, this is the reset, and because I'm feeding the output to a 7 segment display, well actually 16 segment display because there are 2 7 segment displays and the dots. If I feed that output also not just to that 16 segment display but also all segment display gate, but also to reset input, it's gonna get nullified. All cells are gonna get nullified. Now I can provide a new values there, which is 44. Now in binary this is not converted to binary. What I wrote here would be 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 1 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0. basically, and that's not 4 in binary. That's something completely different. I'm too lazy to count right now, but it's not 44 or it's not even 4. 4 in binary would be the third, just this purple bit on, that would be 4 in binary. Now if I turn this off, you see 44 stays there, just like a memory chip. If I reset those cells, it's no longer there. So basically that's my little memory chip I made. I have a little info for you guys, those who would want to join my Project Red PC using Project Red and their ICs. I'm trying to make this project is to try and make a PC in Minecraft using only Project Red mod and, well, only pretty extensive Project Red mod and its contents. Send me a private message at the address, send me email to the email address that will be down in the description in case you are interested. If you like this video, don't forget to click that like button down there. If you thought it sucked, you know what to do. And if it was more complicated than that, just leave a comment below.